So hey everyone, just a quick one today. Going to try to stick to the highlights. Not a lot going on right now that's worth reporting anyway, but working on editing some stories that I haven't looked at in a while. So it's kind of interesting to sort of see these things that I know I've written before, but it's been a while since I've looked at any of them. So it's been going well. Spending time trying to edit older projects or some older than others and sort of get them into a state where they're ready to actually do something with. Because I'm trying to sort of get into a little bit of a pattern. So, there's a lot of ideas in development as far as what's coming after the current batch. But I mean, at least for right now, my goal is to try and work on and get a few of these out the door sometime between now and next year. And hopefully by then, be moving on to the next group of projects, or at least be on the group of projects already. Um, Video news, I'm probably going to try to finish a couple of videos today, or at least do more editing work on the couple that are in progress. Bear with me if there's some missing weeks. I try not to leave any gaps, but right now I'm producing content at what I think is a good rate, hopefully at a good quality that you all appreciate, and just doing what I can do with what I have. Um, that being said, I tend to finish a lot of things in batches, so it's a little hard sometimes to keep track of what's where. But I've been, I got my schedule and I've been highlighting things as they go up. So, with video news, I'm working on trying to finish up a couple of reviews today. They've got some videos in progress, so we'll see where we're going. As far as books I'm reading, the current crop is pretty good assortment of titles. Um, I have Koheleth, which I haven't gotten very far in. Apparently, from what I understand, it takes a lot of brain power to kind of focus on. So that's I haven't gotten far enough into it to tell anything. Still feeling it out, at least as far as I'm concerned. But you know, I will say also that I'm working on Off the Beaten Path, which so far has been pretty good. Reclamation Project, which, as a lot of anthologies tend to be, a little bit of a mixed bag. But I know that at least the next one I like, that the one after that I think I've heard good things about. If it's what I remember, I don't really recall the order. But I review each story on an individual basis, and that's kind of why anthologies take a while. For a few reasons. It's also not only do I, when I get into a title, I kind of like to just kind of let it simmer as I go. And it's a little harder to do with anthologies because effectively you're starting over every time you read another one. So it usually takes me a while to get through them and be in the mood to get through them. Um, but I get to it eventually, but it just takes a while. Plus, they're also a lot more involved because there's a lot more reviewing to do and such. But I try and do it as I go so that my impressions are fresh. Let's see, the last thing is Strange New Worlds, Towards the Night, which is the Star Trek book that I'm reading. So far, so good. I'm really enjoying that one, and Off the Beaten Path. And when I finish all four of the books, I pretty much have at least one thing guaranteed to come next. It really just kind of depends on what comes in next, because I bought another anthology, not like I need another one because I already have two in my stack for anthologies. And I have a graphic novel or a comic that I picked up that I've already read the first one and I really liked it. And I need to make like a stack or a slot or something for graphic novels because I just don't seem to be able to get to them in any kind of reliable fashion. But it's like I also can't read any faster than I'm really reading right now. So I just kind of need to sort of figure out a balance. I hate to drop one of the free, well, not drop, but I reallocate one of the free book slots because right now I have two free book slots, an anthology slot, and a Star Trek slot. And of course, obviously, the Star Trek slot's not going anywhere. The anthology slot, it kind of trades in and out sometimes. But the two furry slots, it's like I usually pick up enough furry books so that two at a time is usually about the only way I can keep up with it. But I don't know. We'll see. I mean, a lot of the graphic novels are furry-ish as well, or at least furry adjacent. But we'll see. Um, it's let's see. As far as video games, I guess the only working on STO because they released a new episode, and I am also playing Trails into Daybreak because I kind of hit a section at least at Trails into Reverie where it feels like it's the momentum has slowed a bit because you have these areas where you're kind of forced into like side activities and you don't have to stay there, but it's kind of the completionist in me wants to, finish them at my pace. And there are also things that, at least in some cases, I don't like to do a whole bunch of them in a row, so I'm kind of just sort of spreading it out as I want to. And in the meantime, I've just been starting Trails into Daybreak because it's the fourth arc in the multiverse, or well, I shouldn't say multiverse, but the shared universe of the Trails series, which consists of the Liberl arc, the Erebonian arc, the Crossbell arc, and the Calvert arc, which apparently is the last one, at least at at least at the moment. So we will see. But I mean, so far it's been good. I still have some games I need to finish. I turned on my laptop for the first time in a while, and I need to get back to some games I was playing on that, finish those, at least get them completed. But no, it'll all happen in time. We'll get to all that. Patreon news. I'm hoping to be able to release a story on Patreon in November and then release it publicly in December, and also get it into another slot on Voice of Dog. I don't know if I have anything in particular lined up for it, but just there's several books that I really kind of want to get released. Several stories that I really want to release, but I kind of want to pick like a certain bit of a planned order. A lot of them kind of can be somewhat flexible. And I there is let's see, I guess I can circle back a little bit to writing news. It's probably not going to do time codes for this video anyway, but writing news, I did work on something that's related to an upcoming project, which so far has the working title Darwin's Forge. It's going to be a story that has a lot of gender feels in it, probably my signature elements, but we'll see exactly how all that factors in, because right now there's still a lot of key elements that haven't actually managed to be solidified yet. So it was kind of a little bit of a teaser, a little bit of a proof of concept, and a few other things. Right now it's just kind of in a holding pattern, at least as far as that particular project is concerned, because of course that the little story snippet that I did really isn't good for anything at this time, but I'm gonna hang on to it, and maybe when I get close to finishing the story, whenever that happens to be, it'll be something I can release in concert with it. But I guess that's it for now. I will be working on finishing the editing on these other videos, and I guess I'll catch y'all in a couple weeks. If you like post-apocalyptic fiction, polar bears, and adventure, check out my newest release, Winterfall, available in paperback and ebook on Amazon. And don't forget about my werewolf novel, Blue Moon. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, click the subscribe button and leave a comment below. Catch you later.